Richmond is the best example of a preserved Georgian village. It's roughly around 27 kilometres northeast of Hobart, and it is a major tourist destination for people that do visit Hobart. They would always include Richmond in their itinerary. Richmond also has the oldest still in use bridge in Australia. It has the oldest Catholic church, St John's, in Australia. These are all built by convict labour, and it's one of the charms of Richmond is that you have a lot of sandstone buildings. These are all built by convict labour. The population of Richmond is around 1,000 people, but of course there are a lot of tourists the numbers will fluctuate depending on the tourist season, but generally it's around 1,000. Richmond, I guess, is an example of our convict heritage in the state of Tasmania. And I guess the convicts did have a huge influence in the state. They were used often under harsh conditions, but it was because of the convicts we do have these beautiful little sandstone buildings and villages, the bridge and the church, due to their hard work and their hard labour, which they didn't really have a choice. But we have a lot to thank for the convicts, and of course the sandstone was sourced from different quarries and places around Richmond itself.
I think what makes Bonorong different to most places, it's a very different style than a zoo or a wildlife park. We're a sanctuary for injured and orphaned wildlife, so many animals that we rescue cannot be released due to various injuries, or they can be part of breed and release programs. And so people can come and visit our animals, meet incredible Tasmanian wildlife and support a fantastic cause at the same time. I think the difference visiting Bonorong is you meet animals that you won't see in zoos in other places around the world. So most zoos you might see lions and tigers and all those common zoo animals, but at Bonorong you're going to meet forester kangaroos that are only in Tasmania, Tasmanian devils that are only in Tasmania. You meet species that their last real stronghold is our beautiful island. So I guess we go for an experience of meeting animals you've never ever heard of, and that's what makes us such a wonderful place to visit, even if you've been to other zoos in Australia. Tasmanian devils are actually a lot cuter than what most people believe they are. They're an astonishing animal, more like a staffy dog on steroids is what I like to say, but the most beautiful animals. Kangaroos, you can't come to Australia and not hand feed a kangaroo. Come to Bonorong, we'll teach you the kangaroo melt spot. There's a spot you can scratch them that you'll have them absolutely turn into butter in your hands. The wombats. People come to see a Tasmanian devil, they meet a wombat, they fall in love, and they catch what I call wombat fever, which means they want a wombat in their house for the rest of their life. We have lots of orphans that have sadly lost their mum, but while they're being cared for us and prior to release, they are the cutest little animals that you've ever come across. Koalas, though not native to Tasmania, originally with us from bushfires on Kangaroo Island, look, one of the most iconic Australian animals you'll come across. So being able to share a photo next to them at no extra charge, I might add, is a really special experience, and will often bring a guest each cruise ship day to tears because it's been on their bucket list for so long. And then for the reptile lovers, okay, we can't forget our blue-tongued lizards, our amazing snake species that we have too. That might scare a few people off. They are well hidden behind a nice solid fence, but they're again very unique species to Tasmania and worth coming to have a look at.